Okay, I'm going to film my walk to the beach. There's my house, my car, there's my puppy dog, there's my MG back there, there's my house, and I'm walking to the beach. And this is what we do every day. I go to the beach. When I moved out here, none of this stuff was here. This house on the corner was here. None of these houses were here. There's like 3 houses been built. That's the back. That's facing east towards Chelem is about 1.5 miles that way, or 2 miles that way. I think Cheburna is about 5 miles this way towards the west. My new house is about 2 blocks, 1.5 blocks this direction. So this is the direction that I would be going to walk down to look at my house project. And here's a tomato plant, a volunteer that came up, that I put a fence around it to support it. And then as it bushed out really nice, had a lot of tomatoes on it. Some local guy picked all the tomatoes, but then the leaves have been getting yellow. We haven't had any rain to speak of, so it's probably just looking for water. And this is the street to the beach, and this is the highway is right up there, the highway between Chelem and Cheburna. And well, let's see, let's go back. This little alley right here would be how I walk down to my house, my new house. Alma, come. Alma, come. And then here we go to the beach. And actually, if I get up here, you can see the ocean at the end. Just that little blue strip between that white wall and that wooden telephone pole. Telephone pole, there's no telephone out here. And telephone wires anyway. No, there are no. The only electric service we have out here is electricity. There is no wired telephone service out here. Never has been. They do have fiber out here now. Fiber internet. You'll see that, and it's just run haphazardly everywhere. In fact, there was a guy that came around to my house to install fiber for my neighbor and asked if he could just hook it to my electric pole on my house because there was no other pole near there. And I said, yeah, fine. Up here, I don't know if this shows it, and all those little really fine wires that you can probably barely see, those are all fiber. It's really I don't know, I think it's a really funny installation. It's like run a different fiber for everybody everywhere, and there's very little junction boxes. In fact, for a long time they ran fiber between the 2 villages, and they instantly ran out of connections. And I thought, that's not how fiber works. but that's how they worked it down here. Oh, what else? This house on the corner is a cute one. A friend of mine owns a restaurant in Merida. Get a little 3-corner, little garden in the middle, and then straight ahead is the beach. So this is my daily walk. This is kind of a little jog in the beach road here. Meridanos vacationing with their 4-wheelers. This is the beach road. Comes up here, it jogs back about a 1/2 block to up here. Meridanos come out here with their 4-wheelers, and they like this section because it's one of the only corners that there is where they can go fast and act like race car drivers. That's why it's all dug up. Anyway, yeah, straight ahead is the Gulf of Mexico. I don't think you can see my house from here. No, there's too many things in the way. Yeah, my house is just right back there. I could probably see my house from up there. I had friends, my friends from New York owned this place, and there was a big tree that was in the way. Otherwise, I think we could see the second floor on my house. Well, they've been doing some work here, and they got it all cleaned up. There were just piles of rubble and debris there, and now they're getting it all cleaned up. This is my friends, the Northrops, who live here. This was also owned by my friends in New York, who sold it. And looks like the Gulf is very calm this morning. I might go swimming. It's what is it right now? About 9:30, quarter to 10 probably. In another half an hour, it'll probably be stirred up with small whitecaps. And then we sit here and have coffee with Charles and Gloria and the family. I'll turn this off because Charles doesn't like being on camera.